Yo, can you hear me out? Yeah, you can hear me now. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Straightjacket podcast. 350. We're here with the brothers, man. You know what I'm saying to you? And it's after a win, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a different feeling, guys, man.
Hold on. Man's looking HD out here.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
I know he's looking HD out here. He's got my team looking like I'm back in the 60s. So he's thinking,
but that's what happens when you get a win, man. You know what I mean? Life changes. You know what was there, man.
I'm seeing lights, camera, action. I need to
camera action, bro. It's time to get on a title chart, man. That's what the chat's saying in the building right now. It's mad in the dunya.
What they say? What, 3 points off second? Yeah, and
that's what they're saying, bro. They're saying 3 points off second, man. Why are you not? They say it could be worse.
It could be worse. Don't let Noradine hear all this stuff. Don't let Noradine hear that. 3 points off second.
3 points off second, man. You know what it is though? It's actually a weird Premier League season, man. Like, I don't think it's been the best start to the Premier League, you know. I don't think Liverpool have played well. Arsenal not played well. Chelsea have not played well. United have definitely not played well. Like really and truly, like, I think Crystal Palace are even unbeaten, which is weird. Like, it's been a weird start to the Premier League. Like, listen, Liverpool are 5-5 here, but they're not even playing well, though.
They're not playing well. I said this earlier on my video. I said that if you was to push me to say who's played the best football this season, I'll be pushed to say Liverpool, but they really haven't.
You know, it's true. It's true.
You'll be pushed to say that, but they haven't. In reality, they've had those.
We said that last season, and they won the league. So they're doing something right.
Yeah, but it is.
They're doing something right.
No, but that says a lot about everyone else, not them. You feel me? Like, it says everything about the competition of the league, bro. You get me? Like, don't get me wrong. Liverpool deserved to win the league last year. Nobody's taken away from anyone. But really and truly, like, I've looked at the league. Like, I was watching the game last night, and I'm like, Guardiola's played defensive. Arteta don't want to win it. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, Chelsea, Maresca bottled it. Let's be honest, guys, man. Maresca bottled it.
Facts.
Yeah, bro. Like, the league this year, bro. This is why when people say to me, "Man United 5th," why are people going mad at me, bro? Like, with this squad, and when I look at the league, Villa rubbish. Unai Emery could get sacked. I watched Newcastle yesterday, bro, and they struggled against Bournemouth. And listen, Bournemouth are a good team, but they had nothing about them, bro. Walter Mada was struggling to get in an area. Like, Tottenham, they drew to Brighton. Yes, it's one of the most competitive leagues, but don't tell me this is one of the best leagues in the world. Don't overgas teams, bro, and don't look at your own and think, yo, what can we do? You see what I'm trying to say, though, brothers? Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. The level of football on display is poor because there's a lot of balls in the air. There's a lot of defending. There's a lot of 50-50 duels. People are just scrapping. I can't remember seeing this beautiful football that we're used to seeing in the Prem, that Pep ball. And I don't know if that's because if City are doing bad and you don't get to see beautiful football. I don't know what's going on. But all I do know is that people are fighting for their lives out here.
It is, bro.
Is the law of winning the league. The fact that people are scared to get relegated, the fact that people know how important European places are, is it like, you know, them fights where no one wants to lose and it becomes a stalemate? Is that what's happening because of how much money is in the Premier League?
Yes.
And there's a lot of money in the league, you know, now.
And for once, the guys that have come up from the league, they're actually going for it, you know. Like, Sunderland yesterday with 10 men, went for it against Villa. Leeds beat Wolves. Was it 4-1 or 3-1? And then who's the last one that's there? That's come up. Leeds. Who's the other one that came up? Leeds. Burnley. Burnley, but they got a draw. They got a draw against Forest. So and they did well against them. They got beat last minute by Liverpool. They got beat last minute by Man United. They're not getting blown away, bro. So you're maybe right. You know, the teams that have been here for that long are starting to be a bit hesitant in terms of their position. Look at Wolves now, man. Wolves are collapsed, bro. They're finished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're finished, bro. So maybe they're getting a bit kind of almost too big for their boots, bro.
Nobody wants to lose. We're in a league where people don't want to lose. They're like people don't want to lose as much as they want to win. Basically.
Yes.
They don't want to lose as much as they want to win. So it's like we want to win, but we prefer not to lose. So that means we're not gonna go gun-ho and go all out, except for obviously those that want to win the league, like Liverpool, and maybe, but even Arsenal are setting up like we're not trying to lose here.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
That doesn't help. Long term, that doesn't help. The league's rubbish. And again, I think what happens there is that all of a sudden you're looking at Man United and you're thinking this will be the perfect time for our manager to actually be in some type of rhythm to get some points on the table and for us to solidify where we are. Because let's get it right. We might be 3 points off second, but does it feel like that? It feels like
it don't.
It doesn't. It doesn't feel like that. So
we're still in the bottom half of the table. We're 12. What are we doing here?
No, we're not 12. We're not 12.
We are.
Are we 12? That's what I'm saying. You can't really look at the table right now. It's a feeling right now. Do you feel like you're progressing?
I can look
11th,
at the table.
we're 11th, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're close to the top half of the league at all.
It's not talking about second when we're not even in the top half of the table. I don't care how many games are gone. We're nowhere near the top of the half of the table. We're not even in the top side of the table.
Yeah.
And anyway, it was a Marasca disaster class. That's what gave us the
that's
game.
What I said as well.
You were there. I was watching it, but it was a disaster class from Marasca. Absolute melting pot. My guy got a goalkeeper set off, and he all went concussed. Him and his coaching staff. Nobody can cover to take off Palmer. So why did you start him then? If you're going to use Palmer as the injury, why did you start him and take him after 20 minutes?
Yeah, obviously he's come back from injury, but they wanted a bit of boost, bro. Like Palmer has come on and shown that he's their best player.
He's the only Chelsea player who scored here. He's got record scoring goals at Manchester United.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing out here? Like, and Neto, who's going to keep the ball? Neto. I understand the young player. Yeah, you have to take off somebody so you think, okay, it's a big away game, intimidating atmosphere. Take off the Esteban, yeah?
Yeah.
But not to take off the two other players who support the striker. Nah, it was ridiculous.
No, I hear it, man. But
and then Casemiro showed me that he's hammering out, bro. I don't care.
No. He's that's just Casemiro, bro. That's just Casemiro, bro. Nah, I can't lie to you. That's just Casemiro, man. He just does stupid things.
Saeed, that's bozo. He's the bozo then. He's just a bozo. I don't want anywhere near my team. No,
I don't think it's about nowhere near your team. He's just that for me.
I don't want that, bro. Saeed, he's a liability.
Relax, man. It's not a liability. He just makes daft mistakes, and that's his problem, bro. I wouldn't say Casemiro's a liability. You know what I mean? I just think he has these little bozo moments, where, to be fair, it wasn't even a foul, to be honest with you. If I'm being honest with you, it was harsh. It wasn't really a foul. Let's be honest, bro. Let alone a yellow card. That's what he does, man. He does silly things. He should know better, but I don't think it's a liability, bro. I think we've gone past him.
Both of them, Saeed. You could say the second one was harsh, but you're asking a referee to make a decision, and psychologically, referees are always going to even it up.
Yeah,
that when referees set somebody up, psychologically they think I want to even the game up because they feel guilty for sending somebody off. So why is he giving the referee an excuse to do that? He grabs him. He's got his arms wrapped around his chest. He gets the ball, but he's got the first contact.
It's naive. It's naive.
At this level of experience, you are the least guy I need to do something in this game. And he could have cost us the game. But I said it. Go and check my tweets out. I said, now he's going to 10-10. We're going to get bopped. And they did bop us.
Yeah. Our defense, man, you got to give credit to our defense. They held on and they were resolutely Dillit, who, again, man, people overhated Dillit. You know what I mean? I even think you as well. You give him too much stick, Dillit.
I haven't.
I'm sorry. No, you do. You do, Northern. You do. You do. No. You need to lay off the agenda, man. You got an agenda against him, man.
I don't have
Forget
no
the passing.
Forget
the passing.
I call
as a defender.
I see on the ball, On the ball.
No, forget on the ball, man.
He's shocking. He's shocking on
it's
the ball.
not. No, come on, man. It's shocking. It's a strong word, man. Is he smooth with it? Is he naturally like a Lisandro Martinez? No, but like, bro, he's not shocking on the ball, bro.
I'm gonna have to show you. Even 20 yards past, he plays it to the player, not into the space.
And he's the one that wants to get the ball forward. Did you not see him? He's the one that wants to drive with the ball and get our attack going. Nuruddin, if anything, he's actually proactive in what United want to do, man. I generally think De Ligt is overrated, bro.
He had a fantastic game defensively.
The most duels in the Premier League. You know that? The most duels won in the Premier League.
Defensively, he did really well. And he's the kind of guy who comes to life. When you're back against the wall, he's that.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
Saeed's the truth.
That's harsh.
Saeed, I look at his 2 best games in the United shirt. Chelsea the other day. And,
blame that on the manager. Blame that on the manager.
Saeed, let me finish. Habibi, come on, calm down. Let's relax. Let's relax. In Arsenal away last season in the FA Cup, that was to me his best game in a Manchester United shirt. So the second best game was Chelsea. I don't know if you can bring in. You might be right if you want to bring in. Maybe it's the formation, it's the system.
Yes, it is.
You can do all of that. You can do all of that. But I'm just telling you what I see with my own eyes. But on the ball, let me make it specifically. Not if he's from any other country. For a Dutch centre-half, he is shocking on the ball. I have seen Bozo's defenders. They can't defend, but on the ball, they're fantastic. So, you know what? The Dutch they literally take pride in all of the players they have produced being able to play football. That's the biggest thing about that country. If you got a Dutch player, they actually can play football. His passing is shocking, Saeed.
Listen, man. I think for me,
and that's the biggest thing I've ever always pointed it out. People have gone over the top. Some people overrate him. Some people call him shit. And some people, and me, I like to say that on the ball, he's not that great, to be fair. That's all I've said. I'm not hating on him. I haven't.
I think you need to have a balance, man.
I said to you when he was in the games where United are up against it, he's the guy who comes, who attacks the ball. What I like about him is aggressive in the box. He's aggressive in the box. He attacks the ball, and he'll cut out things and do that. But yeah, I thought he had a good game. He was fantastic.
Look at this, man. I'm not way too soft. Yeah, Maguire had a good game. Yeah, I agree with you as well. But I'm just saying, I just think for me, it's one of them where, we just got to just bear with De Ligt. I just think it's overhated. That's all it is, bro. Too much people give him too much stick. And I think for me, he's been one of our better players this season, for United anyway. So that's all I wanted to discuss on that part. But let's talk about Amad Diallo, man. There's a big discourse on Amad Diallo. He's deleted all of his social media posts on My United, tweets. He was caught hanging with Garnacho. The context behind it is they're part of the same agency, right? So naturally they're together in that way. But they're also good teammates at My United. But there was a post being put out there on social media, and obviously Garnacho was getting a lot of abuse at Old Trafford. That's coincided with the fact that his form this season has not been great. We can all admit that he's not been great. Even though I think against Chelsea, I thought he had a good game. It wasn't as bad as what people said it was.
Yeah,
I thought he was winning the ball back. I thought he was doing things. You know what it is for me, though? I generally think for me, he's suffering in his right wing back role where it's almost as if he can only do so much. And I feel like the connection between him and Bumo hasn't been there. The connection between the whole team hasn't really. In terms of our attack hasn't really clicked, has it? Let's be honest, bro. We scored 2 goals, but the goals that came was one from a cross and one from ball in the air, short header, Casemiro. The rest is history. Obviously, he will look at himself and be like, you know what? I've not done my best capabilities, but there's been a lot of discourse, Musa. I'll come to you, man, around Amad Diallo. You've been pointing it out. It's not a right wing back. Is he suffering because of that, or has he got to look at himself? Talk to me.
First thing I'll say is that I think the issue is not Amad. It's not anyone really. And even when he's played last game, I think this is the second time he's played in a 10 role since Cunha's been out. And this time he played left 10. when he played right 10, and Bumo had a very bad game at left 10. And obviously because he's left-footed, and how Amrin wants them to be these inverted 10s, it's very difficult for a left-footed 10 to play on the left side. It's just difficult, but he didn't have as bad game as everyone said. But secondly is this, I look at Ahmad's stats against this, like this is the reality. I look at the team split into defense and attack.
Yeah.
Our best players this season, like you guys were just mentioning before, we talk about Diallo having good games. We talk about Euro having a few good games. We talk about who else? We talk about Maguire having a good game.
Yeah.
We might talk about Dorgu having a good game. These are all the defenders. When we look at the forward, Ahmad hasn't done well this season. Cunha hasn't done well this season. And Bumo hasn't done well this season. Sesko hasn't done well this season. When I'm talking about we just look at the numbers. Where's the goals? Where's the assists? The system doesn't help our forwards. There's not like if Ahmad is doing bad, show me the numbers of the person that's doing well. Who's doing well up front? Who's scoring the goals? Who's assisting? Who's turning the game on their own? I'm not seeing that from Mbumo, and I'm not seeing it from Cunha. Obviously, he's just come back. I haven't seen it from Sesko. A lot of the time we talk about Sesko's doing good runs, all of that. Every single one of us would admit we've seen Ahmad deep in the final third, attacking in the box. It just doesn't come off. So he's still a threat. He's still getting double teamed by the opposition. But the reality is that none of our forwards have done well in this system. None.
Facts.
The only people the only part of the pitch that's actually done well is the defense, and that's because they're defending for their lives. The midfield hasn't done anything. I can't remember the last time I'm like, wow, Bruno, Casemiro, great games. Like once you go past the defenders in our team, which is Dorgu and the three centre backs, all the offensive players, no one's done well. Who's done when was the last game you're sitting there talking about what a performance from Bruno or what a performance from Casemiro?
Yeah.
You're right. That. So then why am I going to dig out Ahmad? If I would dig out Ahmad if everybody else was playing well and he was like the sore thumb and everyone's like, well, why ain't he doing his thing? But the reality is nobody in this system in the attacking third is doing well. And Ahmad is a part of that attacking third. No one's benefited.
I agree.
But I'm not seeing it.
No, I agree, because you know what it was last year, yeah? I felt like Ahmad, I don't know, was it because of the fact that Garnacho, Rashford and all that weren't on form? But also, I felt like it was a little bit freestyle last year in terms of the attack. Ahmad was winning a lot of things, a lot of duels, but it was also pressing. A lot of his goals came from his own individual characteristics of pressing, final third, winning the ball back, getting goals from that. It was almost like he was almost like fighting for every lost cause.
Individual brilliance, like you said.
Yeah. I agree.
It's individual brilliance, and it's not the system. If you think about the goal against City, if you think about the hat trick against Southampton, if you think about all the games that Ahmad saved us last season, like you said, a lot of it was pouncing individual brilliance. So what happens when you've got a good system? When that player isn't doing so well, others within that system will be carrying the team. But the reality is no one's doing well. People are acting like Ahmad is doing bad and somehow everyone else is doing well. I just feel like this system, we're going to continue to see this, man. Unless people are having those individual brilliant moments, we're not going to see anything because we just don't have a midfield that can do anything. And I'm sick and tired of hearing that the manager was let down. He wasn't supported. The manager was given an ultimatum. Get rid of Bruno Fernandes and we'll hand you 100 million. Keep Bruno Fernandes and we're only going to change the front three. It's up to you. And the manager thought he can do without midfield because he had enough to go through the season and he preferred a new front three and that's what they went for. And now we're sitting.
That's alleged.
Alleged. Do you know why I say this? When I look at the last window, they've changed the whole back four. They've got Dorgu in, Heaven, Euro, Delit. That's like four defensive players. Masraoui. That's like five defensive players they've got in their first window. This window they get a goalkeeper in, and in this window, I'm telling you, if the manager didn't want a striker, they would have spent. If he didn't want Sesko, if he wasn't crying out for a striker, they would have spent that money on who? On Baleba. Either way, they would have. I don't believe the manager picks the players that he wanted, but I think he chose the positions that he believed were more important to him in the system and what he wanted to do. But I don't think he had a hand in, I want that player, I want that player. I believe Man United bought players for United, but they gave him the option to say what positions he felt he needed strength in. And I believe the manager believed that he needed more strength in the attacking players than he did in midfield, because otherwise he would have let Bruno go.
Yeah,
the Bruno one's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I agree. Before I come to you, Lauren, I'm just going to read some of the super chats. Big up to Noor. Sarur says, if we win the next 2 games, Brentford away and Sunderland at home, is it really bad having 4 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses against Arsenal City? Let's do enough till January and go for Baleba in the January window. Big up Killis. He said, big up. I think the quality of the league isn't good. This is what happens when football is played like chess. Time will tell. Maresca lost composure. Delit has been excellent. Come on, Nuruddin. And the manager says Violet is begging for a sack, and they Ineos are rinsing him for every penny. Any serious club would have him sacked after that final. Nuruddin, let's go back to our boy Ahmad. Yeah, what do you think why do you think he's not playing well? I know Moses played his own game, but when you're watching him in the stadium, do you feel like he's thinking? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I do think he's overthinking things. The small little details in the final third but I don't know if because of the structure of the way Sesko maybe is and the fact that he hasn't got someone to link up with in terms of an attacking midfielder. Is it because of that, bro? Or now the demands have gone higher, man? Why do you think he's struggling, Amad Diallo?
I actually think in the preseason he wasn't doing that great. We pointed out in the preseason he wasn't doing that great. Well, it could be a multitude of different things. We don't know. Like, what we can only judge what we see. For me, the biggest thing that I've noticed that he's become loose with the ball, like really giving the ball away. But to be fair to him, I thought on Saturday he didn't give the ball away that much. He didn't really give the ball away that much. And if I'm not mistaken, his stats were like, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it now. I'm gonna look at it now.
He lost possession twice. Like, you know what I mean? He lost possession twice. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he had like 93 point something possession. Yeah. So actual accurate passes. So he had 25 out of 27. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. He had the most touches as well.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Obviously, then he played 2 different positions. I actually think maybe playing the 2 different positions.
But how can the 10 not be creating any chances, though? This is another thing as well, though. How is a 10 not creating any chances, bro? What sort of like system is this?
Saeed, have you seen the way we attack, though?
No, but that's what I'm saying to you, bro. It's taking it's bringing the worst out of everyone.
Everybody's overthinking. Everybody is overthinking.
Look at that defensive contribution 11. Yeah. Wow.
Everybody's overthinking, Saeed. Everybody.
Obviously, but 4. 4 is shocking when we had.
It's shocking because Saeed, we don't get up there and sustain the ball. Why? So
this one needs to be better. This one was poor. Yeah, his crossing was poor.
Saeed, if we had midfield players who can win the ball back, right? The reason why some of the attacking players is that if we had midfield players who were constantly winning the ball back and getting it. To be fair, when the thing that I was disappointed at on everybody, and it's not just Ahmad, but it was the whole team, is when Chelsea went down to, after 3 minutes, 4 minutes after Chelsea went down to 10 men, we should have created more. We should have created lots of chances. We should have crossed the ball more. We should have done that. And it's not just Ahmad, it's the whole team. The whole team didn't create jack. Other than the 2 goals, let's talk about it. 2 goals came from 2 crosses from Mazraoui, and it came from 2 headers by Dogu.
The 6s.
And then it became from the 2 8s or whatever you want to call them, 2 6s or 2 8s. So if you want to really look at what did we create, we didn't create jack. And that's what I was talking about. I was like, even when we're playing against one man less, we didn't create jack. Like
only Bruno created his only chance. Bruno created his own chance.
Yeah, and that was from an error.
That's from an error. Yeah.
That was from error from Reece James. That was a Reece James error. He had a shot. But to me, I can't put it down to all individuals where nobody's creating jack.
Facts.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Mm.
You can't listen. If everybody else was playing well and Ahmad was just being in poor form, then we could say, you know what, Ahmad is in poor form. Do you know what I mean?
But
we can't just say that.
So what's the thing is right now, like you're in danger here of not getting the best out of your best players, bro. And people say, oh, well, the system is cooking and it's marinating, it's developing, it's, you know, the stats are showing. Because the problem is, yeah, how can the stats be showing we're having the most shots, most this, most that, yeah, but I'm still seeing my players not creating anything? Like, I don't know, like, are these stats like, what are these stats that people are showing? Because
I don't know, this system. It's the system, man. The system's got us in problem because, and also player profile. Sesko is not a player that can play with 2 10s that close behind him. He's not that type of player. If he doesn't understand the number 9 that Sesko is, Sesko's not Zertsky. Only Zertsky can play with 2 men like that behind him. He's not that type of profile. And that's the problem you're going to get. Sesko is not going to get any better in this system because he's not a flipping Gyökeres that's just going to want to run down balls and stuff like that. Have you seen his movement? If this guy had 2 wingers on the 4-3-3 on either side of him and the movement that he's been doing, he's losing defenders in the box all day, every day and getting space and letting shots off. But he's not going to do it with these 2 10s behind him and they're not able to get the balls through to him. It's not going to work. And the quicker that Amrin understands this, the better. Sesko in this type of system is just going to be a long day for him. The only person that can actually thrive in this system, which is madness, why he's not giving him more minutes, is Zertsky. Zertsky is the only person that can actually thrive with these 2 men because he's comfortable coming deep and allowing them to go further. Sesko's not going to come deep and allow the 2 10s to go past him because he's always going to be the first line of defense and the last man up there. So for me, it's just the whole system and what Amrin is doing. He's asking for problems, and you got to remember, man, it's World Cup year. So what's Zertsky doing? What's Kobe doing? Everyone's worried. Like, he wants to be playing for the Dutch team.
Yeah, he's out.
And there's only 1 game a flipping week.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't get minutes,
who's that?
Of course he might leave in January. Zertsky.
Yeah.
It's World Cup year.
I said it already. I think he's going to leave in January.
It might do because it's not normal. Yeah, it's not normal year. It's World Cup year, and it's 1 game a week. There's not enough games to go around because the thing is, the manager's not managing the minutes well. If you manage the minutes well and allow the man to show their abilities and what they can do for their international coaches and also play well for the club, you can kind of quieten it down. But the fact that he keeps on pushing for Sesko to start, and the system doesn't even suit Sesko, it's problematic. I know the type of striker Sesko is now. I get it. And he's a good striker. I've seen enough runs and everything that he does, but he needs the wingers to be wingers. Yeah. And he needs to be able to peel off defenders and get headers in, score goals, and also maybe drop a bit when you've got a proper number 10 in there or an 8 that plays further up that can also, get the ball to him. So for me, it's a long day. And again, it's the system. It's not the formation. People need to separate the two. We've seen this formation, whether it's at Spurs, whether it's at Palace, formation ain't the problem.
The thing is with the formation,
Can I just bring something? Please get the stat up. Because for me, I think the stat that you said, Manchester United have had the most shots. Yeah,
the most shots and whatnot. This is it.
This tells you everything you need to know about stats. Hand on your heart, everybody who's a United fan. In the last 5 games, did you feel like Manchester United have had the most shots, most created chances, most expected goals? Let me say, other than 15 minutes or 10 minutes against Fulham,
Burnley, yeah.
Fulham and Burnley, and then a little bit against
City as well, because it was City when the game was dead. That's why. Remember the
game's done. The game is done.
I know, but that's what. But this is where the stats it suits the narrative though, because it doesn't tell you the context of the whole story. That game,
stats with no context. Don't ever give me stats without any context.
Yeah, but that's what this is what Statman Dave does, though, isn't it? He's just a stat merchant, bro. That just puts it out there for you, and you believe what you want to believe, bro.
No,
so
I don't believe
it's about having your own eyes. Yeah, it's about having your own eyes.
I believe that. When I look at the goalkeepers, we faced 5 goalkeepers. Donnarumma made 1 decent save. As a goalkeeper, made one fantastic save of Cunha.
Yeah.
Burnley goalkeeper didn't make any saves against us that I remember. Chelsea goalkeeper didn't make any saves. Fulham goalkeeper made one decent save.
Yep.
That's that. So two goalkeepers have made two decent saves, and one you call world class. The Reina save against Cunha against in the Arsenal game, that's world class save. Because it's going past him and he tips it around the post.
Right? Yeah, I'll give him that.
So, and then that's it. Like, that's all I'm seeing. So we only seen one world class save out of 5 goalkeepers and 2 decent saves in 2 of the games. So this idea that Manchester United, that's the context. When I look at it, we were 11 against 10. How many times did we bombard the Chelsea goal in that whatever minutes till half time before Casemiro got sent off? How many times did we bombard that? And I look at it, I think the goalkeeper came on. I don't think he made any saves other than late on in the game against
Bruno.
Against Bruno.
Yeah,
and that
Bruno,
was Reece James' error.
Yeah.
Bruno had a shot.
Yeah. Big up Noor says that Musa, if the system is the issue, why do we have the most chance creating most shots and most expected goals? It is not the system, it's the players. Let's give a bit more time, patience. You know what? I don't get this idea.
But without the context, bring that super chat back. That super chat, I just explained it.
No, but can I delve into the players element? No, we've explained that, yeah. But now it's about the element of players, guys, yeah. Are the players not doing what they're supposed to be doing as well? Like, is there a partial blame on the players because the players are not maybe pulling off certain key moves where the manager is not expected to coach? There's a certain
element. How many goals we scored this season?
We scored 3 against Burnley. And then we scored 1 against Fulham. That's 4. Yeah. We scored 2 against Chelsea. That's 6.
Yeah.
6 goals, yeah. 6 goals this season.
6 goals. So what's all this expected?
Yeah, but expected goals is like, you know, when you, for example, chances and how they're created, right?
Yeah, so, everyone can expect. We're expecting to be millionaires at the end of the year. What does that mean, brother? Man telling me expected goals.
But the thing is, though, say now, for example, yeah, the Diallo chance here. Remember the Diallo chance? He's expected to score. So the XG will be very, very high for that chance. But it doesn't take into account, though, the pass here from Mbeumo might have been a little bit behind Ahmad. So therefore, the quality of the chance created isn't as good as what the stats sheet is showing. So they'll say it's on this percentage, but really and truly, if you look at it, maybe the ball's a little bit behind him or certain thing was happening there. So it doesn't hold into account, bro, that as well. Obviously, penalty as well. We've had a penalty, 2 penalties this season. So the XG is higher as well from penalties. I don't know what's the actual XG, chat, for penalties. I'm sure it's like 0.65 or something crazy high, man. So they inflate stats as well. So there's a variety of stuff here that help change a narrative about a particular stat, bro. This is why for me, I just look at the eyes and think, yo, man, what do I see? What do I like? What do I don't like? And that's it, bro.
Yeah, so I think if Man United fans are watching our games and then they can come away and let stats fool them, they've lost their mind, especially when it comes to goals. You can't be a Man United fan that watches the game in TV or in person and then come back and let someone tell you that you've got the most expected goals and you see what you see. We ain't got. It's just
I know what you mean. Animal says you guys are allowing Amrin poor coaches to cloud your judgment. We finished 15th. We should have bought 6 players in, not 4. We didn't do enough. That's on Ineos. And there's one more here saying DeMarco would have been an amazing side in January for the system. I don't think Ahmad is doing as bad as people are making out. We're always looking for a scapegoat. He can only play better, but he's not been horrible. It's like Dogu. A lot of people expect a lot from him, but you see what you get. I don't know what it is with United fans. It's like you bought something here and you're expecting so much from it. You only bought that for £20, but you expected it to be £1,000.
We need a villain, man. We need a villain. We ain't got a villain right now. Who's the villain right now in the United squad? Who's the villain?
I say it's Mbeumo.
No, but I'm talking about who's the villain that the fan base can moan about, whether it's Rashford, Martial, Pogba. Where's the villain?
I think Ahmad now is slowly becoming that now, man. He's becoming the villain now. He's becoming the villain, maybe.
You know what it is? I can't believe, and we haven't even got to Kobe. Buying there. Yeah, but not as bad, not as much. People are starting to get quiet over it, but I can't believe that there's so many people on Twitter, on all these platforms, entertaining the fact that we need a midfielder to partner with Bruno Fernandes. Nobody's saying, how about we just get rid of Bruno and we don't need no one to partner with him? Like, forget Bruno. Every time I see a new suggested lineup in a new formation, how Man United should be playing, everyone, even some of the people that say Bruno needs to leave, they still put him in their best lineup. How are you ever going to progress if you can't just rip Bruno's contract up altogether and throw it in a bin and start again? If Man United cannot succeed and cannot finish in the top 4 without Bruno Fernandes, brother, we're done. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk about because I keep on saying that there's this new one, flipping Valverde or Camavinga for flipping Kobe. And people are talking about we need to make a swap to get the best out of Bruno. Why are we still trying to get the best out of someone who's 31 years old, who's ready to leave this club, even maybe in a January transfer window? Why are we looking at the youth? Why are we looking at the future? What the heck is going on at the club? I just don't get this love for Bruno Fernandes to the point that you would think he was just mid-20s and he's got like 5-6 years left at the club. It's all about progression and moving forward in the right direction. Like, I can get on with the fact knowing that this like even now, Saeed, and I said this before.
Of course.
I don't want a new manager halfway through the season. I don't. But Amarin has forced man to get him out. He's forced man because of the type of football he's playing. But if you could guarantee me that Amarin could scam his way to a top 5th finish and then we get rid of him, I'll take it. I don't care how bad the games are. I don't care how bad it is to watch United this season. But if I was guaranteed a top 4, top 5 finish and Amarin, nicking wins here and then, and we somehow managed to get there, I will take that to sack him at the end rather than do it now because I don't need the madness. But the madness, the reality is this. We could be 3 points off second, and in the next 4 games, we could be talking about we're 9 points off, 10 points off, and there's no way of clawing those points back. So I'm done with it,
bro. Yeah, I think for me, talking about the sacking of the manager right now, I think it's null and void, bro. I'll be real with you, man, because you have to talk about Ineos said, innit? You feel me? And Ineos ain't doing that. I don't know if you've been hearing the briefs in the media, Nuruddin. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but Jim Ratcliffe's on the grounds right now. He's
I told you, thank you. You were arguing with me. You both were arguing with me.
No, but I wasn't arguing. When did I argue?
You were shit. Listen.
What did I say? What did I say?
Be quiet. I was involving both of you on last week's Mandem. People go and check out last week's Mandem. I was telling you that he's the hands-on guy, and he's the biggest decision maker, and everything comes through him. And
no, that wasn't the question.
That's what he's doing. So he is a guy who's on and in and around Carrington, apparently. Apparently, this is what's supposed to happen. He's supposed to let the coaching staff, the players, everybody know, everybody's on their P's and Q's, everybody's on their toes. I need to get results, and this is what his present is.
Bro,
the guy's a clown. He last time he said, let's get rid of the physios. Because when I go on a run to the marathon, I just stretch and run a marathon, 26 miles.
No, but what I was saying, though, in Nuruddin, is that he's looking to work through this bad form. Because I believe, what they've realized, it can't get bad as what it was last season. So now...
he wants top 5 side. He's already said to the media he wants top 5.
I'm getting to my point. So I believe what Jim Ratcliffe has said, listen, we've got targets this season. I don't believe it's top 5, as you say, Musa. I think it's European football. So if United get any sort of European football, I think the club is happy to keep this manager. So what it is this season is that, you've got a target of European football. They've realized sacking the manager maybe midway through the season has halted that last season, and it caused a massive, massive problem. So I believe, this is my own kind of judgment, is that they're saying, you know what, let's not sack a manager now. Let's give him until we believe it's not mathematically possible to get European football. Which so far this season, they believe, you know what, man, everybody's doing badly. Villa are struggling.
See the teams that finished. See the teams that got Europa League last year. What were they doing during that season?
Yeah, true.
They were all fighting for top 4. They fell out. The people that fall out the top 4 automatically get into Europa League. But you got to be in the top 4 race. When you look at Villa, you look at Nottingham Forest and that, these men were comfortably fighting for a top 4 position all season. They all ended up in Europe on the last day of the season.
Villa could have got it if that bozo moment of Martinez at Old Trafford.
This is what I'm saying. So if we're not in the top 4 race,
they might have won that game or got whatever points.
And this is what I'm saying. So we need to be in the top 4 race till like the last game of the season. It's not good enough saying you're trying to get it. You're trying to get fit like 6th and 7th during the season, because you'll end up missing out, end up being 8th or 9th. We need to be in the top 4 race all the way up until the end of the season to have a chance to end up in European spot. Because mark my words, the teams that are going to end up in Europe again are going to be the teams that are fighting for top 4. That's it.
Yeah,
So,
but then I also look at the fact that they're thinking 1 game a week. Yeah, we've got a bit of I don't know, leeway in that aspect of we could do a little bit more this season. I'm just giving you what they believe, because bro, like I genuinely think for me, if they would have sacked him, they would have sacked him by now, bro. I genuinely believe we have been this idea that they're gonna sack him anytime soon. I think we've all been misled. There is no sacking anytime soon. I'm telling you, bro.
I think this game.
If you feel the type of way about that, you need to look at Ineos. I'm sorry, man. It's time to now stop. No, but it is though. It's time to now stop looking at Amarin now, because he's here.
Right.
He said, yeah, if you want to sack me, sack me. So now you've just got to look at Ineos and say, yo, what are you doing? And project your energy towards them. Not okay, Amarin. He's almost like the one that you can bash. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, he's the one that you can say to yourself, you're the problem, you're the problem, you're the problem. But he's gonna do the same things. He's gonna continue it. You know, what's the definition of insanity, man? Doing the same things again and again, expecting different results. So he's going to do that insanity, but because he's not been held accountable. Yeah, punching bag. That's the one. Yeah, Amrin's our punching bag right now. We go and jab Amrin, but really and truly, we need to jab Jim. One knockout, you put me out, mate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jim, bro. But you know what I mean? Like Amrin right now, he's surviving. He does UFC. He's surviving right now. He's having a good defense. He's doing a Pep Guardiola. He's on the defense, yeah. He's there, but you know what? I just can't seem to clean him out and get a knockout. But you know what? Jim Ratcliffe is there, and he's the one really, one knockout, and he's done. But the problem is though, we're not doing it right now. We're not getting to the main guy. And that's the issue. So for me, it's one of them where like I keep complaining about Amrin, but really and truly, he's not going to change. He will never change. So it's kind of getting a bit boring now, if I'm being honest with you. It's kind of getting boring.
I just don't see. I don't see the style of football that we've been playing. I don't see the trajectory that's going to get us into the top 4 if we continue playing this way. You know, like there are teams like Newcastle who might not have the points to show what they've done, but I remember seeing them against Liverpool when they had 10 men and how they fought. I just feel like there are other teams over a 38-game season who are showing a fight, a grit, a style of football that you will see the consistency build over that 38-game season, and they will finish higher than us. I'm not seeing anything that, like, I would listen, and we keep on saying this. I would love Amrin to prove us wrong. I would love Amrin,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. I would love it as well. But could I see
it happen? Feel like
it's
madness, man. I just don't know, man. I just don't see it, man.
Yeah. Fuller, he says that, guys, get the likes up as well. There's only 280 likes as well. That's crazy, man. Guys, if you're watching right now, I'm looking directly at you. Please hit the like button. Doesn't cost you a penny. Helps the channel grow.
So, seriously, do you think that YouTube is doing something to the likes?
I don't know. I don't know.
Liking? Honestly, I think yeah, there's something madness going on with the likes, man.
Recently, yeah, man.
YouTube's doing some madness anyway.
Oh, maybe they take it away.
Guess what? The other day I went live and they cut me off.
Nah, that's crazy.
I swear to God.
Yo, man.
I was live for a minute and a bit and it went boom. I had to set it up again and go again.
Wow. That's
Sunday
crazy,
night
man.
It was Sunday night with the panel. I was trying to get the reaction of the URT panel, man. And
Big up the URT, man. Big up the URT. Ahmad, big up Fowler says, Ahmad's decision making so far this season has been shocking. Everyone knows Ahmad is a brilliant player. His work rate has dropped and maybe distractions. And Killer says stats aren't the whole picture. E.g., Opta predicted Villa to have the easiest start to the season. They've scored 1 goal, 3 draws, and 2 losses. Yo, that's crazy, man. Yeah, Villa. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Unai Emery better stay there, bro, because I can see potentially Unai Emery being the next Man United manager because,
you taking the piss.
I'm telling you, man, if Ineos, I think Ineos would go there, and go with a manager like Unai Emery.
Mate, not for me.
I know, of course.
Mate. Not for me,
I don't want
I already know what he can do, man, and he can't do nothing.
Boy, man,
I say Conte's changed his football, mate. There's an evolution going on at Napoli, mate. That's what I'm telling, man. He's changed his style of football. If anyone hear that. No, I'm just being honest. If you've seen Conte, no, listen to this though.
Conte is wearing a wig.
Now let's be honest.
I need to know if you're my age. Do you remember Conte playing for Juventus?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay, he was doing a Bobby Charlton comb-overs, pal. That's what he was on. And
I remember. I've seen some of the videos. You've seen it, but you can't just be into it.
My guy's got some horsehair, some thick hair, bro.
Now we know what's going on with Conte, but let's be honest, guys. His last 2 seasons at Napoli and this season, have you not seen an evolution in the way he plays his game now? He's not the same Conte football. Yeah. Conte's changed. He's playing a lot more with the midfielders through the middle of the park. And I just feel like it's always with Man United, yeah. And I don't think that people are going to and I'm going to say this again. The pressures of managing a global, like Norridin calls it, Branchester United, takes a lot out of you as a manager. It's not as simple as people think. And I love the idea of going and getting a manager from Bournemouth who's never managed a club of this size, who's playing beautiful football, or a manager from Fulham. But the reality is we need a big dog manager. I've come to the conclusion that unless you get someone like a Xavi, who I said has been there, done that, and I sent that thing in a group the other day, and you saw what Deco was talking about, how important he was to the rebuild of Barcelona because of the time that he came in and the issues that were going on and how he brought through the young people. I just feel like unless we go and get another manager who at least can come in and is not worried about the noise of Man United, the echoes of media and what's expected and all of that nonsense, and can just come in and handle business, I think it'll be difficult because I can see Conte on a 2-year contract just turning this whole thing around. Yeah. And I'm not saying win the league, but at least have us hard to beat, robust, playing good football, winning games, getting pride back into Man United, people being afraid to come to Old Trafford. And then all of a sudden, after 2 years, I get it. The love will fall apart. People start having little moans here and complaints. But I just want us to be go in a new direction where sacking managers doesn't mean the end of a progression or of a direction that you're going in. I feel like for too long, Man United, and if Conte's not playing a type of football or a style that Man United want long-term, don't get him. Only if he fits into the idea of what you think. Because the problem I feel with Man United is that for too long, every manager's got his own idea. And when you sack him, you have to start again. Whereas Go on.
Let me ask a question though. Are Ineos winners though, man? This is the thing though. It's good. It's good having a good recruitment, but are Ineos winners? Have we even asked ourselves that question? Are Ineos winners?
No.
Have they got a winning mentality?
I ask that question every time I talk about them. They're not. They're calamitous. They don't have.
Are they ones to say, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, maybe cycling. You know what I mean? And maybe Mercedes sailing or something like that. I don't know.
One time, and then what happened after that?
But I want to ask you a question though. What if they just look at? What if they look at Man United? Right?
No, I need to answer.
No, of course. Yeah.
I need to rebuttal Musa. I didn't know Conte. And by the way, Iriola doesn't play expansive football. It's not all.
Nah, he does.
No,
bro. Saeed, watch them against Newcastle.
Saeed, he makes the team very hard to beat. On the ball, they're good, right? Compared to what we're used to, he's playing a way more attractive football than United. But compared to other teams or big teams around the world who play attractive football, he plays very effective football. He sets traps. He does a lot of mid-block to lower block, And
Baby Conte. He's Baby Conte. Baby Conte.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's
Baby Conte.
So sound. One thing I like about him, he look at the game and think we're getting done out here. He makes change, and that affects the team. I've looked at Areola, but you know my guy, Saeed. You know who I love. I love this Serbian man, but he's never. He already said no because he knows what clownish club.
He would come. He would come like that, Noradin. He would come like that.
This Derby.
Yeah, he would.
No, De Zerbi said no already, Musa.
I remember he said no earlier on because of like I think the transition we were making at a club. A lot of things weren't in place then, but I feel like with the football structure and everything that we have now, I think he's got enough more data on what we're trying to do. I think
he wants to sign players. He wants to sign players. He wants to speak to players. Look at what he did. Look what he did with Timothy Weah. He rang Timothy Weah up like some mad hours of the night and said to him, "Listen, I'm going to improve you. He's
always going to be at a small club then. He's always going to be at a small club then. No, because he's always going to be a small club manager.
The reason why he left Brighton is because he fell out with the director of football because he was like, listen, he said to them, listen, I've got you into Europe. I need a bigger squad to be able to fight on both fronts.
If he's trying to ring managers, he's always going to be at a small club.
Well, Musa, they said to him, listen, we've got our plan. You just concentrate on the coaching. Don't worry about it. And he's like, listen, I've got you here. I've got you to Europe for the first time in your history. And now you're supposed to bring more players in the squad to make me a better, so that we can fight on both fronts. And they said, don't worry about that part.
Yeah. So just go talking on signings, I don't know if Baleba. And some interesting developments. Apparently, we could potentially be signing him in January because
Saeed, that's copium, Saeed. Don't give me any of that.
No, just hear me out.
I believe that.
But you got to remember.
Who's your sauce? Name your sauce.
Fabrizio was talking about it, He was saying that.
Chat's maca.
Bro, listen, let me just land. Are you going to let me land or not?
Are you
going to let me land? I'm not. Listen, we're here to talk about it. We're just talking about it, because you got to remember, But this is where I want to ask you guys. In terms of his form right now, though, he has been shocking this season, by the way, Like, are you saying January, new vibe, new sort of feeling, or do you just wait until the end of the season because the price could go down and then Brighton might say, you know what, man, we might cash in now in January while we can now, or they wait until the summer where maybe his value, I'm not saying his value will go down, but the way he's playing, it might go down, bro. Yeah, his value might go down in January. You know what I'm saying? By the summer. So what are you not saying? Because you know me, I've always said for me, I'd rather wait until Wharton me because I prefer that sort of player, but I'm not going to say no to a Baleba. So what do we say, man? Because I'm not saying he's overrated. I'm not doing this whole thing of, we know his ability, but the manager's clearly said that he's been distracted by the fact that Man United have wanted him, bro, and he wanted Man United move, and he's not been the same player.
I think he's. Let me get it. Go on,
Let me get it started. Saeed, I'm not going to lie to you. The agents have said that I've told him. This happens in football. Boy, I cannot imagine. Let me tell you something to people here. The amount of level of skullduggery, things that happen in football, you will be shocked what happens in football. We're talking about millions of pounds and people, human beings that can make money from this deal. Saeed, Baleba is not gone shit. He's been told to down tools.
Oh, this Noradin, man.
Does that happen, yes or no, in football?
Can you stop with these conspiracies, man? What Noradin, man? Listen, I've had enough now. These conspiracies, no. Noradin.
Where's the tune? Where's the X-Files tune? What that X-Files tune now? Where's the X-Files tune?
Crazy, man.
Musa, can I ask you a question? Have you seen players down tool before? Saeed, I need you to Google. I need you to open a tab on Google. Just type in.
What? Noradin's conspiracies?
No.
That's what it is right now. Noradin's conspiracy. Bro, it's okay, It's okay to understand, a guy is fully out of form and a footballer who's... Hold on a minute. No. This is bollocks. I'm not having this. A footballer... Hold on a minute. No, but hold on a minute. Young players, especially young players, that's what you love to do, by the way. This is what you love to do. He loves to play the young player card, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm using your own thing right now. Young players, do they not go out of form, yes or no?
I'll be honest with you, Saeed. Listen, I'll be honest with you, Saeed, Listen, he's 20 years old. His journey to professional football has not been easy. and he's been offered one of the biggest moves in his life with a nice payday, and he's not happened and it's not gone through. This is after being... Yeah, that's affected him. I don't think he's doing it on purpose. That's just life. If me and you right now, Saeed, got offered...
do it on purpose.
No, but listen to this. If I told Saeed, 1 minute, no. If I called, listen, 1 minute, no, dude. If I called Saeed and I said, look, Saeed, you've been offered 10 times what you're on now for Saeed TV. I got the call from Saudi Arabia, but I just told them you weren't interested, and I showed you the number. Saeed will just cancel the channel for about a month. We wouldn't see him. The pressure will be on. It's not easy. You see, when you read those numbers, you know what it is though? People play games and think that footballers are not real. Remember, one of the things that I saw the other day is that you see African footballers are looking after bare family members, you know. You saw that the other day in one of that podcasts with who was it that was talking about it? The ex-Chelsea, Mikel, is it the Chelsea player?
Yeah, Mikel.
And that's like, there's a lot of people eating off one player. So when those moves fall through, of course it's going to affect him. But I don't think someone's rang him and said stop playing well and wait for the United move.
Exactly, bro.
Listen,
it's crazy.
Sadio Mane is literally feeding the whole village, the whole town, the whole town where he's from. Building schools, hospitals, all sorts of things. Let me just finish. Saeed, you're gonna mute yourself because I hate you.
Carry on.
Right? No, mute yourself, but I don't want to hear a word you say. Mute yourself. I was about to say, I prefaced it by the amount of money that's been made from this deal. What did the initial thing say? What did it say? It said Manchester United have been in touch with intermediaries. Who are these intermediaries? And why are intermediaries in football so important? Because they get to gain a lot of money from player moving. Paul Pogba, for example, left Juventus to come to Manchester United, had a chance to go to Real Madrid. Woodward splashed the cash. How much of the money for the transfer of 89 million went to Juventus? 40-something million went to Juventus. Guess where the other 40 million went to? Mino Raiola, may he rest in eternal peace. Don't speak ill of the dead. I'm just telling you, Saeed. I was about to emphasize it. I personally think he is upset. He wanted that move so badly. Also, psychologically, the people around him are saying, well, if you're even on a bad form, if you are whatever you are, it actually might work. Everything's our opportunity. It might work for us to get you out of here earlier than before. The reason why, Saeed, why are Manchester United saying that the same money it was to take out Pedro was expected? Because people are thinking, well, why Manchester United made the bid? Why are Manchester United? Because the people who are in his corner and the people that thought the deal was to be done said, you can get him for the same amount of money that Pedro went for. What was happening with Pedro? Saeed, Pedro was fighting with people in the training ground. Pedro was kicking up a fuss and saying he wanted to leave Brighton. Because some of the players at Brighton now realizing some extraordinary number of money is put on their heads. Now, some might be worth it, Saeed, yeah? At the end of the day, when you're a seller and you're a buyer, the seller sets the price and says, this is what I want. Certain people meet that, certain people doesn't. So, why did Pedro kick off at Brighton? He did. I know. How much did Chelsea get him for? They got him on the 60 million. Yes or no? Is that a fact or not a fact? What was happening with Pedro in the training ground? He was kicking off, right? Baleba, another young player, once his big move to Manchester United, people have spoke to him, these intermediaries and everything that Musa added about the amount of family you could be looking after, all of these things. And people don't forget, when you sign on, you get money. You get money. And that is money that comes to you. When a player moves, you get a signing on fee. Do you know that? How many people know that? You get a signing on fee. And why is the term used in football if it doesn't exist? Where does the term down tooling in football come from? Do you think people have just invented it out of in midair? No, it's because it's rooted in reality. But a lot of the public who watch football, a lot of the casuals, a lot of the things, people don't know that. There are bunks, there are agents, journalists, coaches who are taking money, literally getting brown envelopes so that players can move. There are players, as we speak right now, that are being human trafficked out of places like Latin America and Africa and other places in the world. What are we waffling about? Calling me a conspiracy theorist when these things exist. You're waffling.
Gosh, this is a load of BS. I've never heard so much BS here, so much waffle in my entire life, man. You know what I mean? To first talk about fake bids. He don't believe bids, by the way. He don't believe Man United made an interest, by the way. Listen, it's okay. So you know what it is with Noureddin? He complicates things that don't need to be complicated. Baleba was Man United tried to make a bid for Baleba. It didn't happen. He therefore is been distracted, and you know what? It's affected his form, and he's started off the season very badly. He's still a young player, and he's not, bro. It's 5 games in, so right now it's right now. But this idea that
why is his coach mentioning it? Why is it? Because
it's affecting the team because he's one of the best players. He's one of the best players, right?
Yeah,
is he one of the best players? He needs him. They've not been winning that many games, so he needs him, bro. He needs him.
At the end of the day, Saeed, he's been hooking him up, and they've been doing just fine.
Yeah, Isak is going for it right now. It's not as easy as it seems.
They've got other options in midfield. They've been playing with that Ari guy and some different people.
So okay. So
he's been getting subbed at half time before.
It's Florian Wirtz down tooling then. It's Florian Wirtz down tooling as well.
No. Florian Wirtz is just telling it as it is. He's saying this is uncharacteristically unlike him. And why is that?
Because so it's not the same for Baleba. So Baleba's not uncharacteristic, not like him.
2 things can be true at the same time, Saeed. He could be down tooling, and he's also being distracted. It's another form of down tooling. It's being distracted. It is. You know what? Go and look at what Robbie Savage did. Robbie Savage, I don't know where he left. He went somewhere. He even comes out and says, "Yeah, I."
You know the word down tooling, yeah, is almost like sabotage. So
down it's not sabotage.
No. Are you kidding me?
Hold
Down tooling. Hold on a minute. No.
You know why I say it is? It's because it's when players want to get a manager out. So if you want to get a manager out and you don't play to them,
want to move, or when players want to move.
Yeah, but when players want to, if players want to move or players want to get a manager out, this is what I'm saying. They down tools. I agree, but I don't believe Baleba. If a player look. Listen, we've heard players talk about, and look, let me show you a classic down tooling. Isak at Newcastle down tools. That's what Isak did. Isak down tools, made it clear he didn't want to stay at Newcastle, he wanted out, and he moved to Liverpool. Baleba had enough time to down tools while he was at Brighton, and he didn't, because we were in the summer transfer window. We had no noise, no nothing. I just believe he's a young player and he's been affected by it. I don't think he's compromising anybody or anything.
No, it's the reason why I said sabotage here, Noureddin. Is down tooling is a form of that as well. So it's like almost like a kind of almost a layer from it, and that's why I'm saying to you, when you use the word down tooling, I'm saying sabotage. I'm saying he's going against the grain of what the manager wants, and he's doing it on purpose. I don't think that is. It's just a clear case of he's not informed, and maybe, like I said to you, man, he may need to go to Man United and say, you know what. Brighton needs to say, you know what, cut our losses, let him go in January, and we could go buy another midfielder who want to play for Brighton, who does want to play well, who isn't distracted, who isn't this and that. You see what I'm trying to say to you, bro? So that's where I go from me.
I think he's distracted and he might not get over it. And Brighton might be one of those players who, when they hurt or they're emotional or whatever, and he might just not get over it in time for Brighton. And I just feel like, if he was down in tools, the manager wouldn't pick him. I think the fact the manager's picking him, they're trying to help him get over this period by playing him and letting him know that they trust him and they believe in him. But he's just emotional. Like the fact that he's lost, he's bit of form. He's just going to find it hard to get it back again. And I just feel like that's all started with the fact that he was linked with United. Can I see us getting him in the window? Yeah, I can. But I can also see us going in for different players in that same position. You know what I mean? So either way, I'm not worried. But I think if we do go in for Baleba, it will be for that money that Noureddin spoke about. It will be that Pedro type of money, 60 million, the type of price bracket we've been shopping at for the whole summer. I don't think Man United has spent more than 60 million on any player this summer. It's been there or there about 60, 61, 62.
70 million. 70 million is the thing.
Yeah, I think that's the
million, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we've been shopping at, and that's what we've been priced. So I think he fits that profile, and I think United wouldn't hesitate to do it because I think they know they're going to get the money back anyway. There's a few players leaving next summer. Bruno. There's a lot of players. I don't think United will be afraid to spend 60, 70 million in a January transfer window because they're not paying all the money up front anyway. Unless Brighton says, look, we'll give them to you for 60, but we want it in 2 windows. We don't want it over 3 or 4. I think that's the only thing.
You can call me conspiracy theorist all
Yeah, you need to make a show on your channel, Nuruddin. Conspiracy Nuruddin. Put all the football conspiracies.
Conspiracies in football. Yeah, conspiracies in football.
Listen, I promise you, if you knew the stuff that happens in sport, the level of sparks, do you think everything is all legit? Everything is all straight?
No, I don't think it is.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. You say whatever you want. Campbell at Spurs to get him to sign a contract, got him arrested in a fight he wasn't involved in, try to put pressure on him.
What do you mean?
Sol Campbell. Do you know what happened to Sol Campbell?
No, I don't remember the fight. What the fight in where?
Saeed. Okay. Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
Before he left Arsenal.
Yeah.
They were trying to get him to sign a contract.
Oh no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
In the FA Cup game, they played a team, I don't know, from a lower division. Something happened with whatever. Somebody of Tottenham's maybe coaching staff or somebody with somebody, right? They said it was Sol Campbell. And then the police got in touch with him to put pressure on him so that he can sign the contract. The way that you guys, I swear, listen, I've got a sports degree. Let me tell you the first ever lecture I did in sports, right, degree. Went to University of Liverpool. We go into the lecture side. A professor, our professor who works with high-level athletes, literally said, do you know that in athletics specifically, majority of people are cheating. Some people are cheating so good they're way ahead of the testers. We're talking about doping. And he said, one thing the public will never know, because the way it's programmed, is that the public can never admit that something has been, like, something that's so pure like sport can be tainted. And he said, the way that advertisers and the media and everything that the sport brings to watch on all of that, and advertisements and endorsements for sports people, if they really knew the truth of what happens in sport, they will be shocked. Because so you're telling me in every aspect of life, there's levels of corruption,
No, of course, I get that,
Listen,
I agree.
Can we agree with that? Like, every level. That's why wars are happening in the world. We're seeing it now with the Charlie Cake thing. They're coming out with Jackie Norris stories saying now that the bullet didn't exit his neck, that he's got some sort of Superman neck. That's the latest thing they're saying.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're saying that the bullet didn't exit his neck, right? So that bullet goes through the flesh and bones of a deer. We'll put a massive deer right down on the floor. But they're saying this is what's happened. So do we know in the world there's corruption? Do you not think corruption happens in football? Fergie, one of the legends of legends, I have to say before he sees and sues me, is alleged. But you telling me that he didn't take a bong to sign somebody from Portugal who was part of the Homeless World Cup? Is that what you're telling me? You're telling me that Fergie never did that? George Graham got caught. Musa will tell you.
Yeah, George. I read about the George Graham one.
So
I remember that George Graham one.
Like, wow, we waffling about people. Like,
Allardyce.
By the way, nobody's arguing. By the way, why are you going mad at the chat phone? Leave the chat alone. Leave the chat alone, man.
You're saying to me that
no, but you do, yeah. No, but I haven't. You're conflating all this. No, but some are true, some are not.
There's levels of corruption that happens in football. There are players who down tool to get a move. There are players who down tool to get a manager sacked.
What's your biggest Man United conspiracy? Give me your biggest Man United conspiracy.
There's not a big Manchester United conspiracy.
Give me one. Give me your top one that you believe is happening at Man United. Give me one. Give me one, because you talk about conspiracy.
Saeed,
Give me your biggest one.
Saeed, can I say something? Saeed, my level of instincts, right? The biggest conspiracy is this. The biggest that every other YouTube channel except for my channel fell for the Glazers were selling the football club. And I was the only guy who said, no, the Glazers are not selling this football club. And have I been proven right? Yes, I have. So that's the biggest conspiracy, if you want a conspiracy.
So what's the conspiracy of that? The Glazers were always going to sell to Jim and they just set up a fake bid.
You know what? Yeah, I can't lie, bro.
No, Sheikh Harry, whatever his name he was real. The guy was real, man.
No, I'm just saying, no, I'm not saying he wasn't real, but I'm just saying that they already always knew that Jim was going to come in and make a bid and everything else.
Musa, I was the only person in YouTube saying that the Glazers are looking for investment. They're not looking.
They didn't want to sell the club. They were never going to sell the club.
As soon as I heard the Elliott Group being mentioned with Manchester United, I was like, right, now they only want an investment. As soon as I heard that, and I actually heard it from the clown's mouth, the guy with a little bit of hair at the back of his head. He said, we're looking for investment. We're not looking, so we're looking for investment. And I took him at his word. And he didn't lie. When the Sky guy chased him, he said, we're looking for investment opportunities. And that's what's happened. So, conspiracy or not, all I want people to understand is that stop being so naive. There's corruption in every sphere, in sports, everywhere there's conspiracy. Are you telling me that Barcelona weren't getting favored to go and win Champions League games, something like that? We saw it with Van Persie.
You mean that UEFA?
Now the Ballon d'Or is rigged. The Ballon d'Or is rigged.
That's a big conspiracy.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Football, I am telling you, where there's
the Ballon d'Or is rigged.
It's nothing to do.
The Ballon d'Or,
Listen, it's nothing to do with the actually. That is football. It's nothing to do with that. It's any time, guys, where there is so much money at stake. Human instincts of corruption kick in, and there is corruption.
The Ballon d'Or is so rigged, that Saudi one that they're giving out is going to take over. The one that Ronaldo and all them. Have you seen how many footballers have been going to it for the last 2 years? I don't know which one, what it's called, but there's one that Saudi do. And who did they give it to? They gave it to someone last year who should have actually won the Ballon d'Or. They actually gave it to him.
Madrid get it as well. Madrid has corrupt.
That's it. They gave it to Vinicius. Well, they gave it to Vinicius. They gave it to Vinicius. That's it. The Saudi one, they gave Vinicius the Ballon d'Or when everyone thought he should have won it, and they didn't give it to him, and they gave it to Pedro. I think that one's going to take over because when you can't continue to just step things up. The Golden Globe, yeah.
Golden Globes, yeah.
Yeah, you can't just continue.
By the way, the Golden Globe is actually a name as well. I don't know how they got the name for that, but it's an actual award for film and television in the US.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Golden Globe.
Yeah, because you can't continue. Because you can't continue to just I don't know, just cheat your way out and let these journalists vote the way they want to vote. One of them got caught for being a racist. I heard he's been always coming at Lamine Yamal or something. They took him off recently last year or something like that. But
yeah. Listen, this is what happens, man. When you got one game a week, man. We're gonna have a conspiracy segment on the.
So who's winning Ballon d'Or though? Quickly, man. There is winning Ballon d'Or.
I want Lamine Yamal. Inshallah.
I want Dembele, man. Dembele, my boy, because man dissed him saying he's playing PlayStation at home. He needs to pick up this thing. Man,
they're playing now. They're playing now.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but he's not in the squad apparently.
No, he's not in the squad.
Yeah, he's probably.
That's a good game, by the way, to watch now. I was going to watch it, but I didn't know it was at 7 o'clock, man. Marseille playing PSG, man.
That's a good game.
That's a good game,
Have you got the guy to fix the sound or what yet?
No, man, because copyright, innit? Copyright, he said, man. It's not going to work, man. So if you want to watch it, I'll give you these, innit? You just watch it on the headphones, man. But it's
I can't watch football without commentary, man.
Yeah.
I can't do it inside.
I'm used to it, man. I'm used to it.
It sends me crazy.
Yeah. Let me get these last super chats in. Big up Ur. He said, hope you're all good. Big up to you, Ur, man. He said, yes, guys, hold Lurin accountable. Too much waffle, says Podcast Hyena. Bro, we're trying to, bro. And the biggest
we need to do something. You need to buy the actual waffles. When someone starts talking, you have to pull it up. You have to start handing out the waffles, man. Because they're always on to me.
Yeah, man. Big up J Boss. The biggest conspiracy, John Mendes made us buy Ogati to buy Euro. That one is something, man. That one there, bro. By the way, Ruben Amrin bringing on Ugarte said that Manu is absolutely like sackable.
That is madness. What is he doing?
He's sackable, bro. I think he's got an agenda, bro.
When was this? When was this? The other day
in the game, bro. Like he brought on Manu with 5 minutes to go, didn't he? When did he bring on Manu?
10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
and they bought Mount on as well.
Yeah, Mount before Manu.
Yeah,
man.
He bought Mount on before Manu, bro. He bought Mount.
Hold on a minute. Manu was 87th minute, bro. 87.
Was it 8? Oh my god.
Well,
so my thing is this, man. My thing is this, like
7 minutes. To be fair, we had 7 minutes extra time.
But this is what I'm saying, man. Look, we need to understand what's going on. Look, I'm not a Rashford fanboy or anything like that. But if you think that Mason Mount has a place in my team before Rashford, it's crazy, bro. You can't have this manager, like both of them should be out the door, but how do you pick fights with these type of players, get them out, and then you keep on playing? Listen, Mount might start on the weekend. How about that?
Do you see them try to build an agenda with Rashford? Apparently, it might have been a couple of minutes late for training or whatever through traffic.
Yeah, Hansi Flick don't mess around, man. But he got an assist though, so listen, he's doing his thing. That's what I'm saying to you.
But he said he was always going to be at a sub anyway, Saeed. He was never going to start.
Yeah. Because it's not about that. It's not about that.
Hansi Flick don't play though.
Yeah, Hansi Flick don't play around, bro. He said, "Yo, if you."
I heard he done it to Rafinha the game before.
Yeah, he did it to Rafinha as well. He don't mess
the
around.
The game before, because he was late as well. So he's fair. That's fair. Then he's a fair coach.
That's a fair coach, man. He don't.
The biggest thing, but United fans, it could be stuck in traffic. When you're driving to somebody, you could be running late. It's all right.
Yeah.
The way the agenda is with Rashford, they hate on Rashford.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know what you're trying to say.
Manchester United, does that mean that he was out? I saw one article suggesting that he might have got drunk in England or whatever. Went out in England. No, he went back with a
I know what you're saying. It's facts. Someone could have been late in traffic and the manager's just being fair and just. And then they're going on like he was out.
No excuses. You can't be late. No excuses.
Yeah, but these lot are going on like he was out on the piss and all of that stuff. I know what you mean. The Rashford hate is just mad because Rashford doing good doesn't mean that he had to stay at Man United. Football doesn't work like that. It's like Dembele doing good at PSG doesn't mean he had to stay at Barca. The two doesn't have to work like that, but you can still be happy for them. My thing is that where do you find space for Mason Mount in your starting 11? I see other people talk about there's no space in the starting 11 for Rashford, but my thing is that, so where's there space for Mason Mount? Because listen, man, there's not been one match day lineup that I've guessed correct this season, not one. Every single one, the manager does a mad thing.
Wait till Diallo.
By the way, don't be shocked or surprised, Musa. Here's one for you: Mason Mount doesn't start against Brentford. By the way, it's 11 o'clock. Saeed, make sure you get that order the breakfast, man. I'm coming around.
What time is the game?
11 o'clock.
You mean 12:30 kickoff? Yeah, 12:30 kickoff Saturday.
12:30. Is it away? Yeah.
Brunch at Saeed before the game, mate.
There you go, man. Where
is it? Is it in London? The game?
West London. West London.
I need to get myself there. Then I need to get myself. If you hear any news, I'm going to put the word out as well.
Yeah, listen, you need to go to all the London games, man, to see it with your own eyes, man.
Yeah, I need to. I need to get into the Brentford. I'm going to see if there's any tickets about.
Yeah, man. But listen,
people down there.
We're going to wrap it up here.
Listen, I'm gonna bring a video out about Ahmad and his social media. It should be out around 10 o'clock.
There you go, people. 10 o'clock. Make sure you tune in for Nuruddin. Have we hit 1,000 likes? Sorry, 500 likes? No, we're still on 435, guys. Please hit the like button. Doesn't affect your pocket, so please do hit the like button if you can.
Big up Ramiz, by the way. Big up Ramiz always.
Yeah, big up Ramiz as well. Big up United Real Therapy. Big up Musa Reacts. Follow both channels, man. Links in the description. Big up Minna as well, doing big stuff for the Premier League as well.
Yeah, I should have a video out, man. Them on that, so check it out as well. I think it's on Ahmad. It should have dropped. I'll double check. I should have a video out.
There you go, man. Musa, you need to open up your redirects, man, so we can redirect to your channel. If you're doing
okay, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Community, then you
know say no more.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. And like I said to you, man, big up to everyone locked in. I'm gonna go watch the Marseille game right now, and man, let's see what it's about, man. Take it easy, peace.